Life is fleeting, and time is a gift we often take for granted. Billy Graham spoke passionately about the urgency of living with purpose, the dangers of procrastination, and the need for a relationship with God before it is too late. Many people go through life assuming they have endless time to get things right, to mend broken relationships, to pursue their dreams, or to seek God. But one of the greatest realizations people come to, often too late, is that time moves swiftly, and opportunities once missed may never come again. Billy Graham often reminded his audience that every day is a step closer to eternity. He emphasized that people should not wait until their final days to think about their soul, to consider their faith, or to change their ways. Life does not offer an infinite number of chances. Graham would say that one of Satan's greatest lies is you have plenty of time. People put off important decisions because they believe there will always be another opportunity, but time has a way of slipping through our fingers before we even realize it. He often reflected on how people reach old age and suddenly wonder where the years have gone. They look back with regret at wasted opportunities, neglected relationships, and time spent chasing things that did not truly matter. Success, wealth, and status often seem important in the moment, but at the end of life they hold no lasting value. What matters most is not how much money was made or how famous someone became, but how they lived, how they treated others, and whether they prepared their soul for eternity. Billy Graham frequently quoted James 4:14, which says, "You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes." This verse highlights the brevity of life, a reality people often fail to grasp until they are confronted with death, whether their own impending mortality or the loss of a loved one. When faced with the end, people suddenly realize how much time was wasted on trivial matters, arguments, pride, selfishness, and temporary pleasure. They wish they had spent more time loving, forgiving, and making peace. They wish they had focused on things that have eternal significance. One of Graham's most powerful messages was that no one is guaranteed tomorrow. People assume they will have another day, another year, another chance, but life can change in an instant. Tragedies strike unexpectedly. Death comes unannounced. He urged people to seek God today, not when it was convenient, not when they had achieved their personal goals, but now. He stressed that salvation is not something to be postponed, because waiting too long might mean missing the opportunity altogether. Billy Graham also spoke about the importance of using time wisely. Every person is given the same amount of time each day, 1,440 minutes. But how that time is spent makes all the difference. Some invest their time in things that bring lasting meaning, while others squander it on distractions and fleeting pleasures. He encouraged people to be intentional about their time, to prioritize faith, family, and purpose over material pursuits. He warned against the trap of busyness, where people fill their lives with activity but lack real direction. Many people chase careers, money, or fame, believing these things will bring happiness, only to reach the peak of success and find themselves empty. They realize too late that they sacrificed their health, relationships, and inner peace for things that do not satisfy. Graham reminded people that true fulfillment comes from living a life aligned with God's purpose, not from accumulating wealth or accolades. Another powerful theme in his messages was forgiveness. Many people go through life holding on to grudges, bitterness, and resentment. They believe they have time to make things right, to apologize, or to mend broken relationships. But too often people wait until it is too late. They find themselves at funerals wishing they had said, "I'm sorry," or "I love you," when they had the chance. Graham urged people to let go of pride and to seek reconciliation now rather than waiting for a tomorrow that may never come. He spoke to those who had spent years running from God, thinking they could always turn to Him later. Some people reject faith in their youth, believing they will consider it when they are older, when life slows down, when they have achieved all their worldly ambitions. But Graham warned that the longer people delay seeking God, the harder their hearts become. Each rejection makes it easier to continue rejecting Him. Some people never find their way back because they waited too long. He often shared stories of individuals who realized on their deathbeds that they had wasted their lives. Some had spent decades chasing success, only to realize too late that they had neglected their families and their faith. Others had been consumed by pride, refusing to humble themselves before God, only to reach the end filled with regret. Graham's message was clear. Do not wait until the end of your life to recognize what truly matters. Seek God now, live with purpose today, love fully in this moment. One of the greatest truths Graham shared was that God's grace is always available, but it must be accepted while there is still time. He spoke about the thief on the cross who turned to Jesus in his final moments and was granted salvation. This story is a reminder that it is never too late to turn to God. But it is also a warning that waiting until the last moment is a dangerous gamble. No one knows when their last moment will be. He encouraged people to think about the legacy they would leave behind. How would they be remembered? Would they be known for kindness, for faith, for love? Or would they be remembered for selfishness, for chasing things that did not last? He reminded people that the impact they had on others was far more important than the possessions they accumulated. Billy Graham's message was simple yet profound. Life is short and eternity is long. Do not waste time on things that do not matter. Seek God while there is still time. Love people while you still can. Forgive freely, live purposefully, and do not delay the things that are truly important. Because one day you will wake up and realize that time has run out, and by then it may be too late.